Russia's military says it's used hypersonic missiles against Ukraine. This has not been confirmed, but if true, it would be the first time they've been utilized since this war began.
The armed forces of the Russian Federation continued their special operation. On March 18, the Dagger aviation missile system destroyed a large underground warehouse storing ammunition of Ukrainian troops in Ivano-Frankivsk region.
Let's get more now from Imran Khan. He joins us live from the capital. First of all, Imran, what are you hearing about the use of hypersonic missiles?
Well, what we're hearing is that the Russians are saying that they have used them. What they say is, according to the Interfax news agency, that it used them on Saturday to destroy a large underground depot for missiles and aircraft ammunition. That was in Ukraine's Ivano-Frankivsk region. Now, the Interfax news agency also goes on to say that it also destroyed Ukrainian military radio and reconnaissance centers near the port city of Odessa as well, using coastal missiles. So something coming from Russian Navy, perhaps. Such is the nature of war, Sammy, that often new weapons systems are used. Now, I've been reading several blogs, military blogs, over the last few days. They've been taking a close look at the types of weapons being used. Now, although this is the first time the Russians are publicly saying that they've used hypersonic missiles, it may well not be the first time they've actually used them. Now, in the past few days in Kyiv, we've seen cruise missiles shot from Russian territory that have been intercepted by Ukrainian air defense systems as well. We're also hearing about the fact that the Russians are introducing kamikaze drones into the conflict as well. Again, that's according to the military blogs that we're taking a look at. Oftentimes, those are ex-military people who are taking a close look at that. So a lot of new weapon systems, which is the case in war, are being used here. But like you say, this is the first time that we are hearing a confirmation about hypersonic missiles.
We're also, we've got that call there from the president for talks, but talks have been ongoing, haven't they? Is there concern, some worry that maybe they're about to stall?
That's right. Well, the talks, like you say, have been ongoing. This is the fourth round of talks. It went on all day yesterday. We don't know if they're going to be talking again. We normally find out around about 1 o'clock local time whether the talks are ongoing. They're doing this by video link now. There was some optimism just a few days ago when one of the Ukrainians who's very close to the talks, leading the talks, suggested that they'd gone into subcommittees, which meant that they were bashing out the nitty-gritty. However, that seems to be less of a concern now, because the talks seem to have a disconnect. The Russians are asking for very big picture stuff. The Ukrainians are asking for the Russians to leave Ukrainian territory, for humanitarian aid to be taken to places that are desperate for it, and also that the Russians actually stop occupying Crimea and other parts of the region. They've been in Crimea for about 8 years now. So there's a disconnect there, but every single time President Volodymyr Zelenskyy of Ukraine makes a statement, people are really looking closely at that statement, picking it apart to try and figure out what he means. Let's take a look now at what he had to say, his latest statement.
This is the time to meet. This is the time to speak. Time to restore territorial integrity and fairness for Ukraine. Otherwise, the losses of Russia will be such that you won't have any resources to get up after that. Today in Russia, they celebrate the annexation of Crimea. I would like to highlight one detail. They reported that overall there were 200,000 people participating, 100,000 outside and approximately 95,000 in the stadium. This is the exact number of the Russian manpower involved in the invasion of Ukraine. 14,000 dead bodies and hundreds of thousands of wounded. This is the exact number of Russian forces during this war. This is the price in just over 3 weeks.
Well, clearly very angry words there from President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, particularly directed at the Russians for celebrating, in effect, the invasion of Ukraine. Once again, he's also reiterating the fact that the Ukrainian demands are very clear, very simple. Russia gets out of Ukraine before any serious negotiations on the future of Ukraine can take place. Also, once again, you didn't hear it there, but once again, he's also asking the West for more weapons, particularly air defense systems, fighter jets. One of the key claims here now is close the skies. That's an appeal to NATO for a no-fly zone. That's not happening. NATO have constantly said that they won't do that for fear of escalation. Now, the claim seems to be changing. What the Ukrainians want is their own fighter jets to be able to close the skies themselves. Whether that happens or not remains to be seen. But clearly, the Ukrainian position hardening when it comes to defending themselves.
All right, thanks so much, Imran Khan.